Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here in really gorgeous Seattle, stunning. You know what I did yesterday evening is my oldest texted me. She goes, "Mom, you want to go to downtown Kirkland out to dinner?" And I'm like, yeah. So I got to chase I guess they're going to be 2 in like the end of the year, but the 1-year-old all around the closed off street after eating dinner, which was great exercise. And she was just so adorable. I had to keep grabbing her and catching her because she wanted to like jump into these like garden spaces that like would go down, it was
standard
just
2-year-old operating
right?
procedure.
It was so fun.
Sounds like
and
I've
then
been there before.
then we had ice. Yes, of course you have times 2, by the way. I can't even imagine that. Then we had ice cream. It was like it's so lovely when we're in the Northwest and you get to have summer. I mean, it's really beautiful.
That's the area right down there off of the park and just a little cove.
Yeah,
right
across the street from the marina. Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Sorry, just couldn't come up with that.
My favorite Italian restaurant, I will always eat their bread because I don't eat wheat, but I always
You
eat.
save a small spot for them.
I take like a bunch of digestive enzymes and some probiotics, and I always eat a piece of their bread. It's
nice.
So good. Yeah.
Well worth it then.
Well worth it.
All right.
And so we're hoping that people are going to also be calling us today with their complicated, difficult, interesting questions as well. I mean, you've got me here live on the show, so you might as well give me, your tough stuff to see if I can help you with it.
Tough stuff.
Well, I'm just saying,
Bring us with your best question. Right?
Yeah.
877-825-8828. I hope I got the number right this week. I'll double check with Jen. Yes, I got the thumbs up. Okay, 877-825-8828. I had a mistake last week. We won't get into it. Diana from Colorado. Hello, Diana.
Hello.
Hi, Diana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to say thank you because I took your Awaken the Power of Your Cellular Memory course.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh.
And I love your book as well, The Intuitive Self-Healing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you like it. And that class is so fun. I'll be teaching on the shift beginning in the fall. Again, a 7-week course and a 12-week course.
I loved it. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Thank
You're welcome. I loved it too. It was so fun. So what can I do for you today?
My grandbaby is not doing well digestively, and he's not gaining weight, and I feel like he needs to be gluten-free, and my daughter and my son-in-law are not having it.
Right. But how old is the baby?
1.
Okay. Is she breastfeeding?
No.
Okay. So is he getting formula then?
No. He's on dairy-free milk.
Okay, great. That's great. That's great. So they're making some progress. But here's this interesting part. When you become a grandmother or when your kids marry people, and you kind of have to take a back seat and let them figure it out. And I understand your concern about him not thriving the way that you would like him to, but you've offered your suggestions and they're at this time choosing not to follow them, right?
Correct.
Right. So instead of you worrying, because that actually isn't helping your grandson, I'd love for you to just send the whole family bright light and see him happy and healthy. Perception is everything. And some people are really strong manifestors. You're definitely one of those people. You have a strong brain. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Right. So we want you to use your brain in a way that's going to positively influence your reality. So that means you have to change your perception. You have to have a different picture, even though it's not what the logical mind would say is reality. But perception is everything. When you shift your perception, energy follows whatever your perception is. So what if you just start perceiving that he's doing great, he's gaining weight, he's got all the energy he needs, his digestion is doing fabulous, and we don't have to know how or why. I just want you to put that type of energy, especially since you're such a good manifester, and see how it occurs. Because once you get convinced of a couple of these, shifts in consciousness and you go, oh my gosh, that worked, weird, then you're going to start to do that in every area of your life. Because that's truly what manifesting is about, is experiencing what you want without all the details of how it happened or when it happened, but feeling it and focusing on that versus the brain's current reality.
Okay.
Can you do
Right.
that?
Yes. Yes.
And
Thank you so much.
and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm not sure it's all, this is a really sensitive kid.
Yes.
And I don't mean
Yes.
just food-wise, but emotionally. And the parents aren't super sensitive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I think it's partially emotional too.
Okay.
So if you could see, you lowered your energy when I said it.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
lower your
We all heard
energy,
it.
right? It's just, this is information. Think information is powerful, it's freeing, it lets us move forward, it's super fun. So the next
Okay.
time you're with him, just make sure that you're, telling him, "Oh, honey, you're safe. You have a wonderful family." Just, I know he's one and it may seem like he won't understand, but he will. So you can
Uh-huh.
just be like the cheerleader for him emotionally.
Okay.
Okay?
That helps me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And we wish you a beautiful day in Colorado.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Diana, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. We'll take Maddie calling in from Austin, Texas. Hi, Maddie.
Oh,
Hi, Maddie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
I would love to know the question that you told everyone to ask of what my spirit guides want me to learn in this lifetime.
Yeah, what's in your highest good regarding your spirit
Yeah.
guides? Right. So I'm drawing out your energy right now. Do you talk to your spirit guides at all?
I do sometimes, yeah.
Uh-huh. They would really love it if you started to create a relationship with them, hang out with them, spend time with them. Even if you're not sure if you're connecting with them, I promise you will be. Spirit guides are always there. They never disappear. They can hear anyone at any time. All of those things. So what I'm being shown, it's kind of like your energy is in a box. You have really big energy. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
Do you try to box it or contain it or keep it under wraps to make other people
I
feel less uncomfortable?
Now that you're saying it, yes, I would say I do that.
So that's what they want you to stop doing, because it's not going to be fun for you, number one. And everything's about each person's individual pleasure, joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Did you know that? That's really
Yes,
what
I've
life is
heard you
about.
say that.
Okay. So keeping your energy contained actually is, you don't get to experience your full self or all that you're capable of. You don't get to experience all your natural gifts and talents. And you're very multisensory. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a career, you could have a career anyway in the multisensory world. You love it. You easily will engage with it if you take your energy out of the box. So you're going to have to get comfortable being different and unique. When we look at the seventh layer of the auric field, there's actually a word on it, and the word is individualization. And what that means, this is the last layer when we look at the human consciousness of energy that surrounds each being while they're living in the physical reality. That when you look at the seventh layer, it means that you're supposed to individuate to become your God self, your unique, precious, incredible being. That's what you're supposed to do, not comply and try to fit in and look like everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that really resonates.
So that's the message from your spirit guides. Put your freak on, so to speak.
Love it.
Okay? And don't stop. And don't care what other people think or say.
Okay, will
Okay.
do. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
I mean, you can get your freak on too, but
Okay.
we prefer put your freak on.
Yeah.
It just kind
we
of took me
do.
back surprised too by
Well,
how you said, but I
that's
understand where
because
you're
your
going from.
mind is in the gutter a little bit,
It can be from time to time. It's all right.
Yeah.
We're all human.
It reminds me of the movie The Family Stone with Jessica Parker. I can't remember.
Oh, or Sarah Jessica
Yeah,
Parker?
Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, from Sex and
Oh,
the City.
yeah, I remember that.
And she's acts like this. Well, she's this kind of uptight corporate person, and then this man that she ended up marrying, not his brother that she was engaged to, said, "You have a freak flag. You need to fly your freak flag." And then she, put her hair down and stopped doing whatever she was doing and figured out who she was. It's a great movie.
All right, freak flag and all. 877-825-8828. 877-825-8828. We'll take now Ann calling in from the great state of Washington. This one right here.
Ooh,
Hi,
hi,
Ann.
Hello, Marie. I am so thankful that I was able to get into your show today. Your resources and your classes have been so helpful to me. So thank you
Oh,
so much.
you're welcome. It's my pleasure. What can I do for you?
I was wanting to know what my spirit guides have to say to me in the chapter that I'm in my life right now, and if specifically I can get some guidance on expanding my business. It's been really slow lately, and I've had a lot of other things going on in my life too, so I'm not that surprised. But just what could I do to help expand it?
And what's your business?
I'm an energy healer.
Oh, okay. Great.
Mhm.
Great. So when you're doing your business, and you're having fun, right? You're not taking it too seriously. And I would say this to anyone, regardless of what their occupation was. Are
Mhm.
you having those kind of experiences where you're having fun? And are you allowing yourself to feel successful?
When I'm in sessions, I have an amazing time. It's not it that is just the
Right.
returning clients have been slow. But yes, when
Right.
I'm in session, there's no other place I'd rather be.
Great. But that's not fully answering the question because you need to have that energy when you're not in session. That's what creates the business. You see what I mean?
Mm.
So you know that what you're doing is fun and it energizes you. So we know you're on the right track. But you have many more hours when you're not in session. Even myself, even though I am a busy person at work, I still have a lot of hours where I'm not working. So it's just as important for me to maintain my frequency and my vibration when I'm not working. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, kind of feel them in kind of feel that same energy that I'm feeling when I'm in a
Yeah,
session.
create that, allow
Mhm.
yourself to have that same vibration. That's gonna attract people to you. That's gonna attract the flow of abundance. And how is your relationship with wealth?
I'm working on that. I'm I'm
Okay.
I'm 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 currently working on that. I've been listening to yeah, I've been doing some things you've actually recommended to me in the past to try to help with that. I've been in a big transition with my life with relationships and moving and taking care of getting the house ready and stuff. So there's been just a lot of changes. But I've been wanting to kind of zero in back on my practice now.
I think what would be best, and I see your guides nodding their head. I always feel like I'm speaking through the guides anyway, that you need to maintain your energy the way it is when you're in session in the rest of your life. And that's gonna make everything else flow better too. Your personal life, the house, everything will flow even, better if you can keep your energy elevated when you're not in session. And think of it this way, the session is teaching you how to run your energy, not just in session, but in general,
Yes, that makes sense.
right?
Yeah, because I do feel like there's a compartmentalization that can happen when I'm in a session versus out of a session.
And you
So yes,
probably, get out of your head when you're in session. So just know a big part of running energy high and in higher frequencies is to not think or analyze or process information.
yes, I'm very much out of my head in sessions, whereas
Yeah,
outside of sessions,
right. So
I
that's
really have to work at getting out of my head.
or just have fun. Just focus on fun things, like energy medicine is fun for you. What else is fun for you? What can you focus on when you're not in a session that's fun?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
there are a lot of things that I have fun doing. So just
Right.
even thinking about that stuff will help.
Yes, and focusing on beautiful things that make you happy, like gardens or artwork or people that you enjoy. Since dinner yesterday that I talked about at the top of the show, I just keep seeing me and Alessandra running around the courtyard in my brain because it was just so fun. I do
Aw.
have a blister on one of my toes because I wasn't really wearing the best shoes, because it's dress season
Got a
here in
little war
Seattle.
wound there.
Got a little war wound, but I don't care. I put a Band-Aid on it. I'm like, good to go,
All for the
yeah.
battle.
Yeah, it
All
was
for the battle.
but I can't get that picture out of my brain because it was so fun.
Aw.
Like she's laughing, when little kids laugh when they're that little and they're squealing and they're so
Mhm.
excited.
That squealing
Oh,
happiness is hilarious.
yeah. For me, and obviously for Benny, that
Mhm.
brings me great joy. So focus on the things that bring you great joy and keep putting your energy into those aspects or remember them, feel them. You want to raise your vibration. That's really what your guides are saying, that you need to raise your vibration in this lifetime.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's very helpful. Thank you so
Good.
much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show. One more before our first break of the hour. We'll take
Okay.
Cheryl calling in from New York. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Marie and Benny. How are you?
We are lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you?
So, my question is a little background. I've been very good in my life at putting up walls and trying to be invisible. And that manifested in ways where I was at events or in parts of my life where I should have been very joyful and I was numb and couldn't feel. And I've done a lot of inner work on trying to break all of that down. And I think that I've gotten very good. At times I laugh out loud with deep belly laughs that I forgot I even owned.
Nice.
And it's great. But I do feel that I'm still blocking in some ways, emotionally. At times, I'll feel very disconnected. And I'm wondering if you can see where I'm still stuck in that way.
Well, first of all, congratulations. I love those belly laughs. And I love that you're so curious about your emotions and you're curious about being more vulnerable and not being guarded. That's huge. That in itself, just having the consciousness, the curiosity, the desire to have that. I think you need to be nicer to yourself and start valuing and appreciating what you have recognized and how you have grown. Wouldn't you agree that would be great to be very self-loving and appreciative of
Yes,
yourself?
I am absolutely working on that.
Good.
Definitely working on
Good.
that.
So when I look based on your question, I go to your auric field, and it's interesting because it's the second time. I usually don't look at the auras when I just look at the chakras because the radio tends to go pretty quick. I don't always have time to draw out the aura, but your auric field is contained. And has your father passed by chance?
No.
Is he ill?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can feel his energy outside of
Yes.
Earth, right? So so he must be in some sort of transition, or unfortunately his health is not promising. And I'm sorry about that. I actually hope he recovers and becomes very well. Do you think that there were situations in your relationship that would make you protect your energy?
I think that from the start, my father had a very traumatic history with his father and the Vietnam War. And
Yeah.
I think I felt that coming into the world, and a lot of my childhood feeling like I should be upset or something was wrong was reading him. And I still read him. And if he's not in a good mood, I immediately think I did something. But I've learned from it that it's not me. But I realized that through my childhood, I was always feeding off of him or gauging myself based on him.
Yes,
And
really great awarenesses and consciousness that you have. They're fabulous. So you're an empath. Your father, had some wounding, but just remember, he was responsible to fix those things. Once you become an adult, it doesn't matter what's going on in one's life. We're responsible to heal our own wounds from childhood or war or whatever. So stop protecting him. Stop. Because
I live with him now and sort of take care of him.
So this is what's blocking your energy. This is what's blocking your energy.
I would love to help him. He has
Why?
It's manifested in Parkinson's and Agent Orange and Lyme and all of that. But really, I know it's emotionally driven.
So why are you taking care of your dad? This is not a good energy exchange for you. And stop, and this is for everyone who's listening to the show. Stop looking at your parents as your responsibility. Everyone is a soul, and everyone's had multiple parents, children, husbands, wives. Unless it brings someone joy, people shouldn't be participating in these relationships. If it's going to lower your vibration and waste your energy, then you need to look at it very, very differently. You need to change your perception. So this is what's blocking your energy.
It's kind of tricky. I went through a divorce and had to move in with my parents it was supposed to be a limited time. And very quickly, my mother had dementia and then breast cancer and then passed away. And my father is now declining and on his own. And I feel obligated at this point because she's not around that I can't just leave him alone after losing his wife.
Yeah, he decided to make life challenging for his family because he chose not to get therapy or do inner work. Everybody makes their own decisions. So again, stop protecting him. Here's my homework for you. I want you to start looking at yourself separate from your father. I want you to stop protecting him. regardless of where you live. I want you to start, because you got to learn this. Otherwise, you're going to attract people that are going to be wounded, and you're going to start taking care of them, and it's going to exhaust your energy, because this is a pattern that you have. And you're going to come up with a million excuses, and your mind's going to tell you that those excuses are accurate, but they're not. These are not good reasons to lower your human vibration. It's like allowing yourself to not be your God self, your expanded self. Would you want that for a child? Or, I'm sure you wouldn't. Do you have siblings?
Yes.
Can other
Yeah.
people help?
No.
Why not? Because
That's
you
silly.
are the one who always helps.
Correct.
Right. So I think you need to sit down with the family, and you get to do whatever you want, but these are my recommendations. You need to continue this curiosity about not taking care of your father energetically, emotionally, spiritually, and not protecting him, because he didn't really protect your emotional health. But regardless, it's not going to feed you energetically. And so that's why the reason is no. The answers to life are incredibly simple. Is something feeding your energy or draining your energy? It's feeding your energy, yes. It's draining your energy, no. And it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Literally. The other side never looks at things from a circumstantial, I know that word, I didn't say it correctly.
Circumstantial. Yeah,
Thank you.
There you go.
Emotional situation.
Mm-hmm.
And humans need to learn to stop using their brain to understand things and make decisions. And then I want you to sit down with your siblings and tell them that you need them to help out.
Yeah, that's unlikely. But
but if you're not showing up, then they're going to have to start coming over. If you're doing your own thing. So you have a lot to think about here, because however you figure this out, however you choose to do this, not protecting your father is going to feed your energy, and that's going to stop the block that you have perfectly identified. You're doing a great job. You're on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Stop feeling so responsible. Your dad is a god. Everyone is really God. So people need to stop rescuing gods and let gods figure out their own consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he benefits from when my vibration is higher.
He actually doesn't. You're actually teaching him how to not take care of himself and to stay dependent on someone else's energy. So it's actually not helping him, not in the long run. Temporarily, it's like a Band-Aid, but it doesn't really help him.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Is there a what if?
Ooh, yeah. What if I recognize and honor the God within each being and celebrate my own magnificence?
Thank you.
You're welcome, and good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Nice job, Cheryl. You can do it. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take our break right now. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
How can Marie Manuchehri help you create a better life? Check out her events page and attend a workshop. Working with Marie is a life-changing experience. If you want to find an effective way to make significant improvements in your life, sign up for a class today at energyintuitive.com.
Alternative Talk 1150 is your sports organization's safe bet when it comes to airing your team's games. Our players are all seasoned professionals when it comes to sports programming. Imagine your games being heard on local radio. Your team deserves the MVP treatment. Call 425-653-1150 today to learn how affordable and fun it is to broadcast your games on the radio. Call 425-653-1150 and make your next season something special. That's 425-653-1150.
Every person with a disability deserves equity in education, employment, and their community. Sherwood Community Services takes pride in serving all people with disabilities and their families since 1957, including in rural areas and non-native English-speaking communities. Sherwood provides service in Snohomish, Skagit, and Island counties. Sherwood is open for referrals for telehealth and virtual support for children and adults with disabilities. To find out more, visit sherwoodcs.org. Sherwood, believing in abilities.
The Marie Manuchehri Show is streamed live over the internet. So if you have friends or family members living outside of the Seattle area, wanting answers to life's questions, encourage them to listen to the show and to call into the show to talk with Marie. If you are interested in receiving guidance on an issue in your life, call Marie locally at 425-373-5527 or toll free at 1-877-825-8828 for her insight into your situation.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are live here in Seattle. And just reminding everybody that I'm excited to share that I'm serving, or did serve because we record all these beautiful interviews, as a guest host with the Shift Network's 2022 Intuitive Medicine Summit. Super, super fun. I got to interview practitioners in the field of energy medicine. It was super fun. And then I hope you can join me for this free event airing July 25th through the 29th. I'll be having my own session too with Lisa Bonis. She is the main host for the Shift Network and all of their summits. And mine is called Healing with Help from the Other Side. I think it kicks off actually the summit July 25th at 9 a.m. So you can catch me interviewing other practitioners and catch my own session with Elisa. And for more information, you can go to my website, energyintuitive.com, click the events page, and sign up for this free event on the Shift Network.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's go back to these phone lines. 877-825-8828 is the number. And we now have Jennifer calling in from the Bay Area. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. Feels like a miracle. I'm so grateful. And Marie, I just was reading. I have a whole page of what if questions I read every single day. Come from the show. Yes. Thank you.
Fun.
So yeah, I go to practice, gratitude and law of attraction all day long. And I have a really challenging situation.
Okay,
my
great.
son, who's in his mid-20s, was just diagnosed with bipolar last August, actually, and he is still suffering so much. And he had to come home to live with us because he was so suicidal.
I think it's great that he's home. I mean, you want him there anyway, so.
Well, I mean, I really, would love it if he could live. We have another house for him, but the doctors are saying he's not safe to live on his own because it is super draining. He cries a lot. He's actually at TMS right now. He started TMS last week. And so, I just wondering if you see the TMS working, because we also have a residential place lined up in the area if TMS doesn't work. But I mean, it breaks my heart to see him crying, my big, 6'4" boy crying and so sad for this long. It's been a whole, year.
Yeah, it's been a whole
wondering
year.
if you have suggestions aside from seeing him with light and all that.
Right. Like try not to lower your vibration when you see him cry. It seems like whatever medications he's been taking, they're not very effective for him. They just basically don't work.
Nothing's working.
Yeah, they just don't work whatsoever. Your son is so interesting. I wish I was a therapist, but I'm not. I'm not. Pardon?
He has two therapists.
I know, but
we have a bipolar specialist.
I know, but what's happening with your son? He needs a new age kind of therapist. I mean, someone who is truly a therapist. Someone who truly understands and has been educated well in mental health and diagnosis and all of that. Because they keep having him rehash stuff that is upsetting to him. And he's just stuck in this loop. He doesn't know how to get out of it. And traditional therapy, go ahead.
Oh, he has a bipolar specialist, actually, who educates in the college. So actually, my son's not really talking to him about stuff. The bipolar specialist is kind of educating him, bipolar and self-acceptance and stuff. So he doesn't really seem to be doing rehashing.
Well, he is rehashing. I can tell you this, if he's not doing it in his sessions, but he is in at least one of them from what I can see. He's doing it with himself constantly. He's in this loop. He can't get out of it. So you look at him as and not powerful but he's extremely powerful. Your son has a very strong mind, and he needs to learn to stop listening to his brain. And he doesn't like that the bipolar doctor is telling him to accept this diagnosis. He doesn't like that at all. He doesn't. And we don't really know. We're going to know more. And just like how the cancer research has been so phenomenal lately, using the technology that scientists use to create the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, which has been around in horticulture for a very long time, the same sort of process, they have now created vaccines for rectal cancer that cured 4 people without chemo or radiation or surgery. So just know that modern medicine is slow. They love one size fits all, but everyone's uniquely different. Just like these vaccines were made, I guess, uniquely for each person based on their proteins in their body. So every single person, their healthcare, that's why people need to understand their own bodies and listen to their own bodies so that they can recognize practitioners that are a good fit for them, or recognize what food is great for them, or what activities heighten their vibration and their frequency or help them to let go. We have, systems within modern medicine, which of course I do love modern medicine. I must admit, I love it to pieces, that take someone like your son who's very unique and different and try to put him into these boxes that he just doesn't fit in. He just doesn't. I do like the residence program, by the way.
Oh, you do like the idea of that?
I like it. And I'm not a fan of most residence programs, by the way. They usually use too many drugs and it takes a long time. But have you checked this one out? Like, have you really gone to visit them? Because I like it. I mean, it looks.
No, they're not letting us visit because of COVID. It is a local, it's like 15 minutes away. And the thing is that they said that they cannot take him while he's doing TMS, because TMS happens 5 days a week for like 8 weeks. So
are you talking, what is TMS?
The transmagnetic stimulation, where they put the thing on the brain and they stimulate the brain. So he's doing that every single day.
It's not working,
Monday
though.
through Friday.
It's not working.
Well, it just started last week, but you don't see it as going to work in the.
Well, I'm going to, change my perception about it so that we can send positive energy to him. But I don't think the problem is in your son's brain. I think your son needs to get away from your brain and needs to get into his authentic emotions, and because he's really not even upset. He's not even sad, but he's in his brain. And for whatever reason, his brain has been programmed towards depression. He's not even in there's like 3% of the population, like, oh, they need drugs, like forever. But a much smaller percent of the population compared to all the millions of Americans that take antidepressants, that most of them are not depressed. Your son actually has beautiful, positive, high vibrational energy, but he doesn't know how to get into it. That's what he needs. He needs to learn to leave his brain alone. He's stuck in his brain. I literally see a smaller version of him in his brain walking around, pounding on the inside of his skull, trying to get out. But then he gets tired, and then he just sits down in the brain and starts crying. It's like he's not
anxious.
And anxiety is also not. It's from not feeling one's emotions. It's from the brain again. And there's nothing wrong with most of the brains in the world. It's that people don't use their brains accurately. Like you and your husband use your brain very differently than your kid, which is so interesting. Very, very interesting. So I do like the residence program. Maybe they have more behavioral modification kind of techniques.
Okay, so I guess if the TMS doesn't work, we are lined up for the residential.
I like the residential, and maybe because he just needs to be secluded. He needs to be like in some place where he knows he's not the only one that is having issues. I don't really know why the residency program has so much bright light around it, but it does. Although I don't want him to take a bunch of drugs, that's for sure, because they don't work for him anyway.
Right. Yeah. But with bipolar, I mean.
Try not to think of him as bipolar. Try not to see him as bipolar. I think your son's even been misdiagnosed. So
really, even as a family history, like my whole
whatever.
It's like okay.
So think of family history as patterns. They're patterns. People keep repeating patterns and they don't change their patterns, and that's why they create similar diseases, from breast cancer to diabetes is the only one. Well, it probably is based on family patterns, but it's created in utero when we're talking about, or beyond utero when we're talking about type 1, right? Because they're born with not enough cells to move insulin into the cells in their body. They don't have enough islets of Langerhorn in their pancreas to deliver insulin to the rest of their cells. So that is also.
You see him as getting better at some
I
point?
do. I actually see him getting better.
That's awesome.
So here's your what if question. Yeah, because
thank you.
You're lowering your vibration. I mean, your voice would not interpret that to me, but you obviously are. So here's your what if question. What if our son is happy?
Yeah, I love that.
Right. And that's the only
I
thing
would
I
love
want you to
for him.
focus on. And if he goes into that residence program, make sure they're not going to put him on drugs because they don't work for him. But he does need some sort of behavioral modification. He needs techniques and tools to help him to get out of the prison of his brain so he can utilize the rest of his energy system.
And do you see him playing baseball again? He was playing professional baseball and then he quit. So,
Wow.
because he's incapacitated.
Right. But I love how I love how your family's just taken such good care of him. He's so, so lucky. He's just so blessed to have people love him so much and to take care of him. I'm
Thank
not sure if
you.
baseball really makes him happy. So I think your son has a lot
Okay.
to learn about real joy and perhaps
Uh-huh.
through learning some techniques and tools, he can identify what that means to him. I think he loves baseball, but I don't know if he likes getting in a bus with a bunch of other people or an airplane or traveling around.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes all of that.
Okay. And you think he needs another new therapist? You said a new age therapist?
I want somebody who does like behavioral kind of, who's positive, not focusing on accepting the diagnosis. And I'm not upset about the diagnosis of bipolar. I mean, if someone authentically has that, but remember, most of the diagnosis is from physical to mental disorders that modern medicine gives us has everything to do with energy. And so what if we move the energy? Then all of a sudden somebody doesn't have bipolar anymore or cancer or whatever, right? So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I had it when I was 20 and I haven't taken medication
See?
since I had him and I'm totally stable and happy. I am very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Family pattern. So
Yeah.
I would check out that residency program, even though you can't visit it. Try to get as much information as possible, and then find out if they would agree with no drugs, because some residency programs require that their people be fully medicated, and I don't think that's a good idea for him.
Not to be fully medicated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and I think that
so
what if
appreciate
question
you.
will work. I think that what if question will
Yeah,
help
I
a lot.
love that. I wrote a song when he was born about, that all I want is for him to be happy. And this song goes along with it. So what if my
Yeah.
son is happy?
Yeah, what if
Thank
he's
you so
happy?
much,
You're
Marie.
welcome. Have a beautiful
I
day.
love your show. You
Oh,
too.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jennifer, for joining us from the Bay Area. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are at our last break of the hour. We'll take that right now. Be right back with more from Marie.
The Marie Manuchehri Show is streamed live over the. So if you have friends or family members living outside of the Seattle area, wanting answers to life's questions, encourage them to listen to the show and to call into the show to talk with Marie. If you are interested in receiving guidance on an issue in your life, call Marie locally at 425-373-5527 or toll free at 1-877-825-8828 for her insight into your situation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Noor with your health tip of the day from the African American Wellness Project. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer for men. African American men are more at risk. That's primarily because it's often diagnosed when it's more advanced. The good news is that diagnosed early, most prostate cancer can be treated effectively. If you're a man over 50 or have a family history of prostate cancer, talk to your doctor today about a test. For more information, visit aawellnessproject.org.
Have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, talk variety that's live and local.
How can Marie Manuchehri help you create a better life? Check out her events page and attend a workshop. Working with Marie is a life-changing experience. If you want to find an effective way to make significant improvements in your life, sign up for a class today at energyintuitive.com.
Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 1150.
I love that song. So fun.
Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Oh, I really like it. It's really great.
Good day for a good day. Like
Good
right
day
now.
yeah, every day is really a good day. I listen to Esther Hicks' Morning
Oh, yeah.
Rampage with music every morning, and I love it because it just starts off with, "This is a really good day. This is a really, really, really good day." And then, of course, it talks about your energy and your vibration and maintaining it and your emotional systems, and that's why when I'm talking to callers who call in, I just want everyone to know, if you shift your energy, many, many, many things can change in your life. Being more loving to yourself and self-care and self-love, although they're lovely and they're compatible, they're different things. Getting a massage or, being around healthy people, eating healthy food is wonderful self-care, but self-love is an emotional relationship that you have with yourself that's unconditional. And especially when you're noticing that you're disappointed with yourself or you wish you had made a different choice, that would be the perfect moment to pour on the love for you, unconditional, incredible love. That would be the perfect moment for that.
Bada bing, bada boom. 877-825-8828 is the number. And we'll take now Judy calling in from Vancouver, BC. Hi, Judy.
Hello. Hi, Marie. Thank you, Ben. Thanks for taking my call. We've spoken before.
Okay, great.
I've taken both your courses,
thank
courses,
you.
and I right now I'm calling because I'm experiencing, despite sort of focusing daily on expanding my energy, raising my vibration, practicing self-love, and doing the homework that you've given me in the past. I'm experiencing Groundhog Day for a couple of years.
What does that mean exactly? I mean, I saw the movie a long time ago, but what
It's
is that?
repeating the day over and over again with no change, and it just seems like just
Well, are you
autopilot. Yeah.
Thank you for explaining that. So do you go what are you doing? Like, what I was sensing when you were talking is that, like, aren't you gonna go do fun things? Like, so many people think just because you do those, everything that you cited is perfect, but you actually have to go out in the world. We're in a physical body. I mean, it's rare that everything just comes to you and knocks on your door and, goes, "Surprise!" I mean, that certainly can happen, but because you live in a physical world, you actually have to take physical action to allow things to manifest for you.
And I do that. I went to a concert the other day, and I hadn't been to one for years, probably before COVID. And I've changed, the music that you were listening to on the break there. That I listen to different music now that really lifts my spirit. So I'm really. So when I say Groundhog Day, it's certainly I've changed a lot about how I show up every day.
Yeah, but what do you want?
The Groundhog Day is what is I have extreme muscle tension in my body, like knots, and I'm suspecting the tension is I recognize it's probably resistance. However, it's holding me back in that I really just I'm wanting to sort of step into my magnificent and move on and create a life with work that brings me joy and abundance and all of that. And I feel like is it the chicken or the egg? Do I continue to, do I wait until my body is,
No,
and I'm
absolutely not. Can you ignore the muscle tension? Because you're using it as a crutch. You know that, right? You're going, I can't do anything because of that. And I'm not saying that it's not problematic. I'm sure it is, but that's that's your defense mechanisms. You are afraid of your magnificence. You're terrified of it. And so anything that you can use to stop you so that you won't step into your magnificence is what you're doing.
Okay.
So can you just move along even though you have muscle tension?
Yeah, I guess what has not stopped me, because every day I'm taking lots of steps forward, and yet what stops me is if I dive into something and requires
the fear. Yes, go ahead.
If I dive into something that requires a lot of my energy, will I be able to handle it without? I've gone on stress leave when I was in the corporate world. I have burnt myself out a few times, Uh-huh. And so I really don't want to go there again. I love who I am. I love myself.
Yeah. But why are you thinking about something that hasn't happened? You're thinking of the future. This is a very common way that people use their brains, and the brain was not created to be used in this way. You're thinking about the future, and you're trying to avoid something that you've created through your mind. When you are a manifesting being, you can manifest whatever you want. What if you manifest that whatever you do in the world feeds you energetically?
That's what I want.
Right. So that could be your great what if question. What if I've embraced my magnificence and it feeds me energetically? So stop listening to your brain. Your brain is slowing you down because you're afraid of your magnificence. I'm telling you, you're terrified of it, which is very common, a very common phenomenon within the human culture. People are terrified to be their light, their uniqueness. They're afraid to let their natural gifts and talents shine through. They're terrified of it. So, yeah, does that make sense? What we're talking about?
Yes, it does. And so the second part of my question is can you help me with what would be the best direction for me that would support my continued healing and also allow me to support others? I love making a difference in my own life, but in the lives of others, and I have done that for years.
I know, but it didn't feed you energetically, so it wasn't good for you. So I can't quite see. Sometimes I can see perfectly well into someone about what would be where their career path would be, because your energy is you're so terrified of your magnificence. I can't quite see it yet. But what I want you to focus on is your own personal joy. Don't focus on this idea of helping others. Of course you will. There's no doubt in my mind. But you first need to figure out what fills you up, what inspires you, what makes you happy. That's how you will help others. But you need to spend this time getting curious about what really fills you up and not thinking about anyone else or being exhausted from energy or going back to that corporate drain that you had.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to do. You need to focus on fun and happiness, moment by moment, present moment. Does this make me happy? Does this make me happy? And then you're going to lighten up your energy system. You're either going to know, or I'm going to be able to see it, or someone else will be able to. You're going to have great ideas about it. You're going to start to follow it, and everything will unlock and move forward.
Okay, I've been working on that. I guess I'm not sure what I'm missing.
Nothing. You're not missing anything. You need to stop thinking and analyzing this, and you need to get present, and you need to find joy in every moment. Like as I'm sitting here in the radio station, which by the way, I love this studio. I always have.
Well, we love you here too.
Oh, thank you. I'm also looking at my teacup. I love tea. And even though this is a paper cup, I'm enjoying that there's this lovely bag of tea here while I'm talking to you. Feeling joy is actually incredibly simple, and humans staying in their brain, they miss these precious, incredible moments that change everything, that free you from everything. This is what I'm talking about. It's very simple.
Is there any, from a general reading perspective, is there anything I could be doing?
Well, you don't have a leak in your energy system. You're taking in tons of energy from every vortex. So you need to stop listening to your brain, because your brain is lying to you and telling you things that are not helping you to evolve. How about, what if I easily embrace my magnificence?
Okay. One more question.
No more questions. I'm so sorry.
We've already
I have to go
expounded
on.
a little too much. Sorry, Judy. We've got to get going. We have some amazing other callers too. Let's go to Amanda. She's calling in from Miami. Hi. Are you there, Amanda?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, we can hear you, Amanda. What can I do for you?
Okay. I've talked to you before, and I've actually talked to you about this issue.
Okay.
An ongoing thing. And I feel like I've been doing really well. Like I feel like my energy is so good, and it's my cortisol levels.
Oh, okay.
And it's bounced around. I've had some high levels, and it comes down. And I had a cortisol reading a couple of months ago that was like super high. And now my doctor wants me to go to an endocrinologist, and it's got me freaked out, and I don't want to go. I feel like it's energetic. Like, I'm
Well,
like,
no,
there's
I mean,
nothing wrong with me.
well, I mean, those cortisol tests are actually really good. I would prefer that you go to a naturopath because I'm not sure what medications an endocrinologist would use, but it would probably be to actually repress your immune system, and we don't need that. We need to relax your sympathetic aspect of your autonomic system so your cortisol levels will relax. What this means, and you're probably ignoring it because you have fast energy. Agreed?
Yeah.
Very quick energy. Yeah. I mean, you can accomplish a lot in a very short period of time. I wish you could you come home? I haven't been washing my dishes the last couple of days because I've been playing so much, but I'm going to wash them today for sure. Which really means just unload the
Priority.
dishwasher
There you go.
and put some more dishes in there.
Yeah.
But so you're not aware of the amount of fight or flight that you have in your body. You run on a lot of people who run their energy really, really quick. Not all of them, but a lot who run them really quick. They run it fast because they're running on fight or flight. So a naturopath versus an endocrinologist, you can always go see one later if the naturopath thing doesn't work out. But naturopathic medicine really knows how to work on hormones, because cortisol is a hormone, and find out the other, aspects that are affecting your health. But you need to stay away from fight or flight. And for you, it might feel like it's exciting. I want you to stay away from exciting energy for you because it really takes you into fight or flight. And you go so quickly into it. And yet, you live in one of the safest countries in the world. There's no reason for you to be in fight or flight.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, no one's breaking into your house or your car or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a good reason why we have this autonomic response when we are being chased down the street or, something's happening to us where we need to shift our energy to our muscles and leave our digestive system for a little while and not have to go pee because we have to run. But that's really not what's happening to you. But your body is responding in fight or flight all day long.
And we've talked about this before, and before you said it was because I'm not really feeling my emotions and in tune.
That's
Is
well,
that
well,
still
of
the case?
course, yes, because you don't know what's happening. Because if I wouldn't have to have this conversation with you if you knew you were moving in fight or flight, and you would be able to nurture yourself and calm yourself down and take a break and take some deep breaths and relax. If you were responding in fight or flight, you would know what to do because you could recognize it, but you're not recognizing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, getting out of the beautiful brain, resting in the lower half of your body, and just being present with yourself. I think that's going to calm you down, number one. I think you'll stop moving into fight or flight if you can just get out of your head.
Yeah. I feel like, it's a totally an energetic thing. There's nothing wrong with me because they're trying to point to Cushing's.
Well,
I'm like, that's not me.
I'm disagreeing here. If people like in your case, you've run your cortisol so low, you could end up into Cushing's. This is not just energetic. This is physiological as well now. By the time adrenal health issues are diagnosed in modern medicine, it means your cortisol levels are very high. That's why I want you to go to a naturopath so that they can start to feed the conclusion and the result effectively so that you won't have to have Cushing's issues and acute medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is something wrong. This is not the energy, the way you run energy is what's created this physiological problem. But yes, you are now in a place of diagnosis.
Okay. And I need to physically do something.
Oh, yeah, you need to go see a naturopath. I've said that like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
I know.
times. Okay.
So there's your action.
Okay. I have to go, but thank you so much and keep me posted.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Amanda, very much. And let me do this. I think we have time for one more. We're going to sneak in. Yes, and it's Michaela. I think it's Michaela, calling in from Flushing, Michigan. Hi.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Lovely. Thank you. What can I do for you? And I only have a few minutes.
So right now, presently, I'm kind of like in a crossroads in my life, and I'm trying to make the best possible decision for myself and kind of like my higher self and my future. And I'm just not exactly sure what that is. So just long story short, I know a huge mission of me being here on earth is helping the youth. So helping them understand.
Maybe. Does it make you happy, or are you doing it out of worry and concern?
Oh no, not at all. I love working with kids. It fulfills my soul. I
Okay.
know that it's part of my like passion and just what I'm here on earth to do. And so I've been working in the school system for the past like 4 years.
But
and
it's
I
exhausting you.
Yeah, so I'm not returning.
Oh, good. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Michaela. That's lovely.
Actually not returning, going back to the school system. So I'm feel very excited and confident about
So why don't
that.
you become a coach and start coaching adolescents?
That's exactly what, that's
Great.
exactly what I want to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So basically my question is that I've been torn on whether I should go the traditional route of going for school counseling.
No.
But
I don't think you
okay.
should. I think you should find a coaching program, and then parents can pay you a decent wage as you have an independent business. That's what I think you should do. Okay?
Okay, that's literally what my question was. So
Good.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Perfect.
And I
Yeah.
have to go. Benny's playing the music. Thank you, everybody, for calling into the show. Great job. Some complicated, good questions. Thank you so much. Joyful blessings and have a bright day. Bye-bye for now.